Hi everyone, I'm Steve. If you want to reach out to me, you can get me at stevemain.com. You want to find out more about me or just want to send me a message or whatever, you can do that at stevemain.com. I want to talk about 1 Timothy 5. And I think this is giving us, this chapter talks a lot about helping widows in need. And I think that it really gives us some good guidelines on how to help and not hurt, because giving can hurt and it can provide things or do things to people or for people that aren't helping them. I'll give you an example. A lot of people who are maybe homeless or very minimal means, maybe living in their car or whatever. Some of them, not all of them, know how to play the system, know how to play the churches, or to manipulate to get what they want. And it gets kind of cold here in Carson City. That's where I am. And I'm going to give you an example. We've tried to help some people, and a lot of times we'll bring blankets. And I've seen people come right up, I want a blanket, I want a blanket, I want a blanket, because they see that we have blankets. Well, they don't really want or need a blanket. So what that blanket really is it's currency. So currency is used to barter, trade, and to get things that they do want or maybe do need. But if I give someone a blanket, I don't want to be giving them cigarettes, because that's what I am potentially giving them. When somebody comes up and says, give me a blanket, give me a blanket, I need a blanket, I need a blanket, here you go, here you go, here you go. That's probably not helping. If the Lord tells you or leads you, or the Holy Spirit shows you, hey, give that person your coat or your blanket, that's where the discernment has to come in. But if you're just handing this stuff out, all you're doing is handing out currency. And as an example, you're not really giving someone a blanket, you're giving them cigarettes or something else other than a blanket, that blanket which to them is currency and used out on the street to barter and trade. So I think 1 Timothy 5 gives us some really good guidelines on how to help, on just some guidelines on what to do, when to give. And you can even take the widow out of the situation and put person in there. Some of the guidelines are first, family. First we need to make sure that we're helping our family, our immediate family, and then relatives. And go read through this and figure out what the whole guidelines are talking about and how it applies to today, because I think it really does. So we're supposed to help our family and our relatives. We're supposed to pay back our parents and not burden the church. Now, if there's a widow or a person who's all alone and over 60 in this example, then yes, they can go on a list where the church can help them. But first, family. So, and then it gives a bunch of little, guidelines about the character of this woman. Who is this woman that she needs to be? That's a pretty strict and detailed list of characteristics that this woman or person is supposed to have in order to receive help. And this is hard. This is a hard gray area, because the Bible also tells us to help those in need. We're supposed to help those in need. So some people are just gifted in discerning what's the best way to help and what's not the best way to help, because you can hurt when you're trying to help. So I just think if you really go through the details of the outline in 1 Timothy 5, it will help you discern how to help, when to help, who to help, and try and relate it to what occurs today. And I think that will really help. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. Any input, leave it in the comment section, because I love hearing people's opinions about this stuff. So please leave that in there. Like and subscribe if you like talking about money. It can be quite offensive. People, because that's what we do mostly here on Widow's Might, is talk about money, and it's offensive to most people because of the fear and the greed and the emotion that creeps in around money. So hope you like this, and we'll see you next time.